But I heard a reed of Kulani say, when the wind has laughed and murmured and sung, the lonely of heart is withered away.
The Land of Heart's Desire by W.B. Yeats. Hello, everyone. My name is Jacqueline Elisabeth, and I will be playing Mortine Bruin.
Hello, my name is Robert Howard, and I will be playing Sean Bruin.
Hi, my name is Paul Brewster, and I'll be playing Father Hart.
Hi, my name is Marge McGugan, and I'm playing Bridget Bruin.
My name is Trisha Weiler Pizzara, and I'll be playing Mary Bruin.
My name is Brett Jordan, and I'll be playing the child.
And my name is Emmanuel Cutlin, and I'll be your narrator. In the barony of Kilmacown, in the county of Sligo, in that of remote time, a room with the hearth on the floor in the middle of a deep alcove to the right. There are benches in the alcove and a table, and a crucifix on the wall. The alcove is full of a glow of light from the fire. Through the door one can see the forest. It is night, but the moon or a late sunset glimmers through trees and carries the eye far off into a vague, mysterious world. Mortine Bruin, Sean Bruin, and Bridget Bruin sit in the alcove at the table or about the fire. Near them sits an old priest, Father Hart. There is food and drink upon the table. Mary Bruin stands by the door reading a book.
Because I bid her clean the pots for supper. She took that old book out of the thatch. She's been doubled over it ever since. We should be deafened by her groans and moans. She had to work as some do, Father Hart. Get up at dawn like me and mend and scour, or ride abroad in the boisterous night like you, the picks and the blessed bread under your arm.
Mother, you are too cross.
And you've married her and fear to vex her, so take her part.
Father Hart, it is but right but that youth should side with youth. She quarrels with my wife a bit at times, and is too deep just now in the old brook. But do not blame her greatly. She will grow as quiet as a puffball in a tree, when but the moons of marriage dawn and die for half a score of times.
Their hearts are wild, as be the hearts of birds, till children come.
She would not mind the kettle, milk the cow, or even lay the knives and spread the cloth.
Mother, if only you try talking softly to her, perhaps she...
Sean, this is half empty. Go bring him the best bottle that we have.
I never saw her read a book before. What can it be?
Sean, what are you waiting for? You must not shake it when you draw the cork. It's precious wine, so take your time about it. Father, there was a Spaniard wrecked at Ochre's Head. When I was young, and I have still some bottles, he cannot bear to hear her blamed. The book has lain up in the thatch these 50 years. My father told my grandfather wrote it, and killed a heifer for the binding of it. But supper's spread, and we can talk and eat. It was little good he got out of the book, because it filled his house with rambling fiddlers and rambling ballad makers and the like. The griddle bread is there in front of you. Colleen, what is the wonder in that book that you must leave the bread to cool? Had I or had my father read or written books, there was no stocking stuff with yellow guineas to come when I am dead to Sean and you.
You should not fill your head with foolish dreams. What are you reading?
How a Princess Adenine and a daughter of a king of Ireland heard a voice singing on the May Eve like this, and followed half awake and half asleep until she came into the land of faerie, where nobody gets old and godly and grave, where nobody gets old and crafty and wise, and where nobody gets old and bitter of tongue. And she is still there, busied with a dance deep in the dewy shadow of a wood, or where the stars walk off on a mountain top.
Persuade the Colleen to put down the book. My grandfather would mutter such things, and he was no judge of a dog or a horse, and any idle boy could blarney him. Just speak your mind.
Put it away, my Colleen. God gives the heavens above us like great wings, and we have a little round of deeds and days, and then come the wrecked angels, and set snares and bait them with light hopes and heavy dreams until the heart is puffed up with pride and goes half shuddering, half joyous from God's peace. And it was some wrecked angel, blind with tears, who flattered Eden's heart with merry words. Ah, my Colleen, I have seen other girls restless and ill at ease, but years went by, and they grew like their neighbors, and were glad, and minding children, and working at the churn, and gossiping of weddings and of wakes. For life moves out of a red flare of dreams into a light of common hours, and till old age brings the red flare again.
That is true, but she's too young to know it's true.
She's old enough to know that it's wrong to mope and idle.
I've little blame for her. She's dull when my big son is in the fields, and that and maybe this good woman's tongue have driven her to hide among her dreams, like children from the dark under the bedclothes.
She'd never do a turn if I were silent.
And maybe it is natural upon May Eve to dream of the good people. But tell me, girl, if you've the branch of blessed quicken wood that women hang upon the post of the door, that they may send good luck into the house, remember, they may steal new married brides after the fall of twilight on May Eve, or what old women mutter at the fires but a pack of lies.
Oh, it may be the truth, but we do not know the limit of those powers God has permitted to the evil spirits for some mysterious end. You have done right. Oh, it's well to keep the old innocent customs all.
Mary Bruin has taken a bough of quickened wood from a seat and hung it on a nail in the doorpost. A girl child, strangely dressed, comes out of the wood and takes it away.
I'd no sooner hung it on a nail before a child ran out of the wind. She has caught it in her hand and fondled it. Her face is pale as water before the dawn.
Whose child can this be?
No one's child at all. She often dreams that someone has gone by when there was nothing but a puff of wind.
They have taken away the blessing quicken wood. They will not bring good luck into this house, yet I am glad I was courteous to them. For are they not likewise children of God?
Colleen, they are the children of the fiend, and they have power until the end of time, when God shall fight them with a pitched battle and hack them to pieces.
He will smile, Father, perhaps, and open his great door.
Did but the lawless angels see that door, they would fall, slain by everlasting peace. And when such angels knock upon our doors, who goes with them must drive through the same storm.
A thin alarm comes round the doorpost and clearly seen in the silvery light. Mary Bruin goes to door and stands in it for a moment. Martin Bruin is busy filling Father Hart's plate. Bridget Bruin stirs the fire.
There's somebody out there that has beckoned me and raised her hand as though it held a cup. And she was drinking from it, so it may be that she is thirsty.
She takes the milk from the table and carries it to the door.
Well, that will be the child that you would have is no child at all.
And maybe, Father, what he said was true.
Oh.
For tonight there's not another night in the year so wicked as tonight.
Oh, nothing can harm us while the good Father is underneath our roof.
A little queer old woman dressed in green.
The good people beg for milk and fire upon May Eve. Woe to the house that gives them, for they have power over it for a whole year.
Hush, woman, hush!
She's giving the milk away. I knew she would bring evil onto the house.
Who was it?
Both the tongue and the face were strange.
Oh, some strangers came last week to Clover Hill. She must be one of them.
I'm afraid.
Oh, the cross will keep all evil from the house while it hangs there.
Come, sit beside me, Colleen, and put away your dreams of discontent, for I would have you light up my last days like the good glow of the turf. And when I die, you'll be the wealthiest hereabout, for, Colleen, I have a stocking full of yellow guineas hidden away where nobody can find it.
You are a fool for every pretty face, and I'm as spare and pinched that my son's wife may have all kinds of ribbon for her hair.
Do not be cross. She is a right good girl. The butter is by your elbow, Father Hart. My Colleen, Have not fate and time and change done well for me and for old Bridget there? We have 100 acres of good land and sit beside each other at the fire. I have this reverend father for my friend. I look upon your face and my son's face. We put his plate by yours, and here he comes and brings with him the only thing we have lacked, abundance of good wine. Ha! Stir up the fire and put new turf upon it till it blaze. To watch the turf smoke coiling from the fire and feel content and wisdom in your heart. This is the best of life. When we are young, we long to tread a way none trod before, but find the excellent old way through love and through the care of children, to the hour forbidding fate and time and change. Goodbye.
Mary takes a side of turf from the fire and goes to the door. Sean follows her and meets her coming in.
What is it draws you to the chill of the wood? There is a light among the stems of the trees that makes one shiver.
A little queer old man made a sign to show he wanted fire to light his pipe.
You've given milk and fire upon the unluckiest night of the year, and brought, for all you know, evil upon the house. Before you married, you were idle and fine and went about with ribbons in your head. Now, no, daughter, I will speak my mind. She's not a fitting wife for any man.
Be quiet, mother!
Oh, you're much too cross.
What do I care if I have been given this house, where I must hear all day a bitter tongue into the power of faeries?
Ah, you know well how calling the good people by that name or talking about them over much at all may bring all kinds of evil to the house.
Come, fairies, take me out of this dull house. Let me have all the freedom I have lost. Work when I will, idle when I will. Fairies, come take me out of this dull world. For I would ride with you upon the wind, run on the top of disheveled tide, and dance upon the mountains like a flame.
Oh, you cannot know the meaning of your words.
Father, I am right weary of 4 tongues, a tongue that is too crafty and too wise, a tongue that is too godly and too gave, and a tongue that is more bitter than the tide, and a tongue too full of drowsy love in my captivity.
Sean Bruin leads her to a seat at the left of the door.
Do not blame me. I often lie awake thinking that all things trouble your bright head. Oh, how beautiful it is, your broad, pale forehead under a cloudy blossoming of hair. Sit down beside me here. These are too old and have forgotten they were ever young.
Oh, you are the great doorpost of this house, and I the branch of blessing quickened wood. And if I could hang upon the post till I brought good luck into the house.
She would put her arms about him, but looks shyly at the priest and lets her arms fall.
My daughter, take his hand. By love alone, God binds us to himself and to the hearth. Oh, that shuts from the west beyond his peace, from maddening freedom and bewildering light.
Would that the world were mine to give it you, and not its quiet hearths alone. But even all that bewilderment of light and freedom, if you would have it.
I would take the world and break it into pieces in my hands. To see you smile watching it crumble away.
Then I would mold a world of fire and dew, with no one bitter, grave, or overwise, and nothing marred or old to do you wrong, and crowd the enraptured quiet of the sky with candles burning to your lonely face.
Your looks are all the candles that I need.
Once a fly dancing in a beam of the sun, or the light wind blowing out of the dawn could fill your heart in dreams none other knew. But now, the indissoluble sacrament has mixed your heart, that was most proud and cold, with my warm heart forever. The sun and moon must fade, and heaven be rolled up like a scroll, but your white spirit will still walk by my spirit.
The wind blows out of the gates of the day. The wind blows over the lonely of heart, and the lonely of heart is withered away.
There's someone singing. Why, it's but a child. It sang, "The lonely of heart is withered away." A strange song for a child, but she sings sweetly. Listen, listen!
Oh, cling to me close, because I have said wicked things tonight.
The wind blows out of the gates of the day. The wind blows over the lonely of heart, and the lonely of heart is withered away. While the fairies dance in a place apart, shaking their milk-white feet in a ring, tossing their milk-white arms in the air, for they hear the wind laugh and murmur and sing of a land where even the old
Perfect
are
job.
fair,
Great job, Marge. Great job.
and even the wise are merry of tongue. But I heard a reed of Kulani say, when the wind has laughed and murmured and sung, the lonely of heart is withered away.
Being happy, I would have all others happy. So I will bring her in out of the cold.
He brings in the fairy child.
I tire of winds and waters and pale lights.
And that's no wonder, for when night has fallen, the wood's a cold and bewildering place. But you are welcome here.
I am welcome here, for when I tire of this warm little house, there's one here that must away, away.
Oh, listen to her dreamy and strange talk. Are you not cold?
I will crouch down beside you, for I have run a long, long way this night.
You have a comely shape.
Your hair is wet.
I'll warm your chilly feet.
You have come indeed a long, long way, for I have never seen your pretty face. You must be tired and hungry. Here is some bread and wine.
Oh, the wine is bitter. Old mother, have you no sweet food for me?
I have some honey.
You have coaxing ways. The mother was quite cross before you came.
Ah, she's the child of gentle people. Look at her white hands and at her pretty dress. Now, I've brought you some new milk, but wait a while, and I will put it on the fire to warm, for things well fitted for poor folk like us would never please a high-born child like you.
From dawn, when you must blow the fire ablaze, you work your fingers to the bone, old mother. The young may lie in bed and dream and hope, but you must work your fingers to the bone because your heart is old.
The young are idle.
Your memories have made you wise, old father. The young must sigh through many a dream and hope, but you are wise because your heart is old.
Could you give some more bread and honey?
Oh, who would think to find so young a girl loving old age and wisdom?
No more, mother.
What a small bite! The milk is ready now. What a small sip!
Put on my shoes, old mother. Now I would like to dance now I have eaten. The reeds are dancing by Kulani Lake, and I would like to dance until the reeds and the white waves have danced themselves asleep.
Bridget puts on the shoes and the child is about to dance, but suddenly sees the crucifix and shrieks and covers her eyes.
What is that ugly thing on the black cross?
You cannot know how naughty your words are. That is our blessed Lord.
Hide it away!
I've begun to be afraid again.
Hide it away!
That would be wickedness!
That would be sacrilege.
Tortured thing, hide it away!
Her parents are to blame.
That is the image of the Son of God.
Hide it away! Hide it away!
No, no!
Because you are so young and like a bird that must take fright at every stir of the leaves, I will go and take it down.
Hide it away and cover it, out of sight and out of mind.
Father Hart takes crucifix from wall and carries it towards inner room.
Since you have come to this barony, I will instruct you in our blessed faith. And being so keen-witted, you'll soon learn. Oh, one must be tender to all budding things. Oh, our Maker, let no thought of Calvary trouble the morning stars in their first song.
Here is level ground for dancing. I will dance. The wind blows out at the gates of the day. The wind blows over the lonely of heart, and the lonely of heart is withered away.
Just now when she came near, I thought I heard other small steps beating upon the floor and a faint music blowing in the wind, invisible pipes giving her feet the tune.
I heard no steps but hers.
I hear them now. The unholy powers are dancing in this house.
Oh, come over here, and if you promise me not to talk wickedly of holy things, I will give you something.
Bring it to me, old father.
Here are some ribbons that I bought in the town for my son's wife, but she will let me give them to tie up that wild hair in the winds I've tumbled.
Come, tell me, do you love me?
Yes, I love you.
Ah, but you love this fireside. Do you love me?
When the Almighty puts so great a share of his own ageless youth into a creature, to look is but to love.
But you love him.
She's
And do you love me too?
I do not know.
You love that young man there. Yet I could make you ride upon the winds, run on the top of the dishevelled tide, and dance upon the mountains like a flame.
Queen of angels and kind saints, defend us. Some dreadful thing will happen. A while ago she took away the blessed quicken wood.
You feared because of her unmeasured prattle, but she knows no better. Child, how old are you?
When winter sleep is abroad, my hair grows thin, my feet unsteady. When the leaves awaken, my mother carries me in her golden arms. I'll soon put on my womanhood and marry the spirits of wood and water. But who can tell when I was born for the first time? I think I am much older than the eagle cock that blinks and blinks on Ballygully Hill. And he is the oldest thing under the moon.
Oh, she is of the fairy people.
One called. I sent my messengers for milk and fire. She called again, and after that I came.
Though you have made all these obedient, you have not charmed my sight, and won for me a wish or gift to make you powerful. I'll turn you from the house.
No, I will face her.
Because you took away the crucifix, I am so mighty that there's none can pass unless I will it, where my feet have danced, or where I've whirled my finger tops.
Look! There's something stops him. Look how he moves his hands as though he rubbed them on a wall of glass.
I will confront this mighty spirit alone. Be not afraid. The Father is with us. The holy martyrs and the innocent, the adoring magi, in their coats of mail, and he who died and rose on the third day, and all the 9 angelic hierarchies. Oh, cry, daughter, to the angels and the saints.
You shall go with me, newly married bride, and gaze upon a merrier multitude. White-armed Nuala, Angus of the birds, Vicar of the hurtling foam, and him who is the ruler of the western host Finvara, and their land a heart's desire, where beauty has no ebb, decay no flood, but joy is wisdom, time an endless song. I kiss you, and the world begins to fade.
Awake out of that trance and cover up your eyes and ears.
No, she must both look and listen, for only the soul's choice, only the soul's choice can save her now. Oh, come over to me, daughter. Stand beside me. Think of this house and of your duties in it.
Stay and come with me, newly married bride, for if you hear him, you grow like the rest. Bear children, cook and bend above the churn, and wrangle over butter, fowl, and eggs, until at last grown old and bitter of tongue, you're crouching there and shivering at the grave.
Oh, by the name of the one crucified, I bid you, Mary Bruin, come to me. I point out the way to heaven.
But I can lead you, newly married bride, where nobody gets old and crafty and wise, where nobody gets old and godly and grave, where nobody gets old and bitter of tongue, and where kind tongues bring no captivity. For we are but obedient to the thoughts that drift into the mind at a wink of the eye.
Oh, by the name of the one crucified, I bid you, Mary Bruin, come to me.
I keep you in the name of your own heart.
Oh, this is because I put away the crucifix, that I am nothing, and my power is nothing. I bring it here again.
No!
Do not leave us.
Oh, let me go before it is too late. It is my sin alone that have brought it all.
I hear them sing, "Come, newly married bride, come to the woods and waters and pale lights."
I will go with you.
She is lost, alas.
But clinging mortal hope must fall from you. For we who ride the winds, run on the waves, and dance upon the mountains are more light than dewdrops on the banner of the dawn.
No, take me with you.
Beloved, I will keep you. I've more than words. I have these arms to hold you. Nor all the fairy host, do what they please, shall ever make me loosen you from these arms.
Your face, your voice.
Come, newly married bride.
I always loved her world, and yet,
White bird, come with me, little bird.
she calls me.
Come with me, little bird.
Distant dancing figures appear in the woods.
I can hear her songs are dancing.
Stay with me.
I think I would stay, and yet,
Come, little bird with crest of gold.
and yet.
Come, little bird with silver feet.
Merry brewing dies, and the child goes.
She's dead.
Confront that image. Body and soul are gone. You've thrown your arms around a drift of leaves or a bowl of an ash tree, changed into her image.
Thus do the spirits of evil snatch their prey almost out of the very hand of God. And day by day, their power is more and more. And men and women leave old paths, for pride comes knocking with thin knuckles on the heart.
Outside, there are dancing figures.
The wind blows out of the gates of the day. The wind blows over the lonely of heart, and the lonely of heart is withered away, while the fairies dance in a place apart, shaking their milk-white feet in a ring, tossing their milk-white arms in the air, for they hear the wind laugh and murmur and sing of a land where even the old are fair, and even the wise are merry of tongue. But I heard a reed of Kulani say, when the wind has laughed and murmured and sung, the lonely of heart is withered away.
Great job. Thanks for sharing, everybody.